Oh, what the crap? Who's it? What the fuka? Oh, great. So, guys, it's time to talk about We the People University one more time. I'll proudly fly this thin blue line flag behind me, just to piss you off. So, We the People University. Everybody's asked, was he really a cop? Did he really work for Atlanta PD, like he mentioned in one video, and then switch to a different department? Was he really a police officer with Atlanta Police Department? The answer to that is no. Tyrone Lyons, aka We the People University, was never a police officer with the city of Atlanta. He was a cadet. That's it. And never even finished the academy with Atlanta Police Department. If you want to see the proof, let's take a look at it. The document you guys are looking at right here is records from the Georgia Peace Officer Standards and Training Council on Tyrone Lyons, who, by the way, claims he is going through the legal process to have his name changed. But that's not true. It doesn't take that long to change a name. You started using the name Abaya Israel Tyrone back in 2018 when you started doing your Inside the Nation podcast. There's no legal documents anywhere in the court systems within the state of Georgia that have Abaya Israel as being legally changed to your actual name. It's why you're still using Tyrone Lyons on your public records with the Secretary of State's office. But let's look at your post record. We see Atlanta Police Department on this document. You were a cadet. And you voluntarily resigned after, 2 months? 3 months? But you did become a police officer with Douglasville. And we see that you resigned in lieu of termination with Douglasville after 2 years. So what could you have done, Tyrone, where they were going to terminate you, but you decided to resign instead? Well, we have documents for that as well. Well, Tyrone, looks like you got in trouble before you even finished the police academy. This was back in December of 2017. Really? Seems like you have a authority problem. Just a little bit. I mean, come on, Tyrone. This is your first disciplinary action on your record. There's only 2 listed for your 2 years. And this one is from right after Douglasville decided you were a good candidate for them, but before you graduated the academy. You're getting in trouble in the academy and getting a disciplinary action placed against you? Tyrone, come on, man. You can do better. I wonder what the next document's gonna say. Well, this one explains quite a lot. You've got conduct unbecoming, failing obedience of laws. You've got making negative comments with inciting violence. Tyrone, this is not a good look for you, my man. You keep saying that you're one of the good cops. You was questioning what was going on. How come we have you inciting violence? That's not what a good cop does. A good cop doesn't call for violence to happen. Now, we're still digging into this. But whatever you did, this action right here, this caused Douglasville to erase any trace of you from their Facebook page. You were that big of a PR nightmare that they said, let's get rid of anything that has to do with him off of any social media page we have. What did you do? We see you incited violence. Whatever you said, you incited violence. Tyrone, come on. You know what, Tyrone? Here's my real question for you. Do you really think we're not smart enough to connect the dots? To call you out for being the con artist that you really are? The scammer that you've become to be? Did you think we're not going to find every detail that we can? Because I'm telling you, what you are doing is not only morally reprehensible, but parts of some of the stuff that we have been finding could land you in serious jail time. Tyrone, I'm not going to ask you to change because I know that's going to be pretty much damn near impossible for a liar like you. But what I am going to do is put an end to your grifting and put an end to your scam. You're not a college or university. You can't offer degrees. You can't offer scholarships like you claim to be offering for We the People University. And speaking of We the People University, we have your business license for that. And it comes back to a business that is a hospice and palliative care center. We have your Inside the Nation podcast address. And it comes back to that same hospice and palliative care center. To a building which I highly doubt you can afford to rent a suite in. But when I looked at both suite numbers in the same building for both of those businesses, those suites were taken up by the palliative care and hospice center. And I've talked to those people. Those people are angry with you. They want to know why you're using their business's address on your business license when it's actually theirs. On one of your dissolved businesses, Abaya Adonia Productions, you used the same address as a Publix shopping center, a grocery store. Came back to that same suite. I haven't called the Publix, but I'm willing to bet that that Publix supermarket at that suite number is going to be kind of upset that you are using their address, claiming it as your dissolved businesses. So Tyrone, I'm not holding back punches. And here's another business license that we have found that we think is a little odd. You have Brew Nation LLC listed on its own business license as being at an address in Douglasville. But then you have Receptive Concepts that's registered as a business owned by Brew Nation LLC. And Brew Nation LLC's address on that business license comes back to Temple, Georgia, near the Georgia-Alabama line. You are putting false information on public records, and that is a felony in the state of Georgia. You just haven't been caught yet. By the way, Tyrone, all the information we're finding out about you, we've been able to prove most of the shit you've said about things you witnessed as a police officer, we've been able to find most of that shit's not really that true. So what questions we have is, what else are you lying about? And we're going to find out. One way or another, we'll get the answers we need.